Hey guys, it's been a minute since I've made a video and did you miss me? Hopefully you did. Anyways, I'm just gonna make this video even though these little baby hairs up here are driving me crazy and this is not the best lighting, but you know what? This is reality. And aren't you tired of seeing all these girls making these videos and they're so perfect and so coiffed? Like, look, you can even see my wrinkles here. I need Botox. I can't afford it. Please send money. Somebody should make a Kickstarter campaign for me. Anyways, I'm just gonna round up a couple of things that are happening social media wise. Again, I don't know anything of depth, importance, finance. Don't ask me if it's about entertainment or fashion. Yeah, that's basically my corner. That's where I live. So we're gonna talk about Jussie Smollett because I think it came out, was it yesterday, that the charges against him were not dropped. I think it's that if you don't know about the case, look it up because this video is not going to be extremely long, as I've been told. My God, you go on forever. Like, you should make your video shorter. Thanks a lot, Peanut Gallery, even though I didn't ask. But, so Jussie Smollett, he came out, I think in late to mid-January about not complaining, he went to the police in regards to, he was attacked, and it was classified as a hate crime also because he's black and he's gay. So an investigation happened, and then it just got kind of weird, and it came out that they thought that he faked it, that he paid his two personal trainers, blah, blah, blah. Look it up and read up on it. It's very interesting. Anyway, so yesterday they came out and they formally said the Chicago prosecutor's office. Didn't I just sound smart there? Prosecutor. All that Law and Order I've watched. So the prosecutorial, that's even more like, yeah, technical. The prosecutorial, that's a really hard word, office, came out and said that they were not going to go ahead with the charges because they wanted to focus on more, I guess, violent criminal acts, things that are a bit more serious. And then he came out, Jussie Smollett, and gave a quick little recap and said that, you know, he had been exonerated and that he always stood by the truth and he was telling the truth. But then it just gets weird because the police department, the chief of the Chicago PD and the mayor came out and said, no, you were not exonerated. We still think you're guilty of making false charges and being somewhat involved in this whole fiasco of an attack. So they still don't believe him, and they don't like that he's sullied the reputation of Chicago, which has worked its way up, you know, to be known for that magnificent mile and his deep dish pizza. So basically, who knows what's going to happen, but I think only time will tell and see where this story goes, because like if he goes, Jussie Smollett, and decides to sue for defamation of character, then yeah, he stands by the fact that he didn't do anything. He wasn't a participant in this crime. He didn't plan it. And if the brothers who actually admitted to the crime, but they said, hey, he paid us off to do this to him, to beat him and make it look like, you know, he was roughed up or attacked. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, really, really, really interesting rich people problems. So Cardi B, someone else who's in the news, because apparently back when she was in the poll, she used to be a stripper. She sings all about it. Apparently there was a video that came out where she details that, you know, laughing about it, I guess, or telling people that when she was a stripper, in order to survive and to make ends meet, because, you know, it's hard out there in the streets for girls. Tell me about it. Single girl with a mortgage. But trust me, no one's paying me to be a stripper, and I have although I'm a very good dancer, but no, God, please, no. No. Anyway, so she would take men back, I guess, like to hotel, or when they would proposition her, she would say, yeah, okay, you know, go back to these hotel rooms with them, and drug them, and then rob them. Basically, you know, boasting about it, you know, saying how funny it was and how the fact that this is how she survived, kind of like her come up story. And now a lot of people have turned on her and said, well, that's really not fair, because how are you different from that pervert R. Kelly? Again, everything I'm saying, it's allegedly, I'm not representing anyone. It's just stuff I read, watch on TV sometimes. Please don't sue me, because really I have nothing for you to take. I don't have any money, so what are you going to get anyways? I'm just recounting some things for people who maybe these mothers that are busy, that don't have time to watch this garbage, as I call it. But you know, somebody who's interested in pop culture. So yeah, basically people are saying like, how is this different? You you drugged men and you robbed them. So now she's coming out and she's saying, you know, these are the things I did to survive. And the thing is, Cardi B, nobody like, trust me, every girl, like, sometimes you've got to hustle in order to make money, okay? So we've all worn that dress and kept the tags on and returned it. But you don't go posting about it. Loose lips sink ships, dum-dum. Did your mother not tell you? Like, you've got your taco hanging out everywhere, dancing on the pole. Fine, that's your business. But don't tell everyone the underhanded moves that you do. Shh, just keep it on the DL. someone else who wasn't keeping it on the DL. All those parents caught up in like that college admissions cheating scandal, which, God, it's so delicious, like rich people problems. I'm telling you, what? Just sit at home, drink your Chardonnay, and just, what the hell? Like, you don't have to go to work. You don't have to interact with people if you don't want to. Like, all you have to do is look at your maid, Rosa. And I'm not being stereotypical. The majority of these people have Latino housekeepers, okay? And I'm Hispanic, so I can talk about that. Anyways, these celebrities and also very wealthy people, not just celebrities, but people are focusing on these two women in particular. Lori Loughlin, her name has been mispronounced so many times, by the way, God bless you. And what's her name? Felicity Huffman. So basically, they what they're accused of doing, and a whole host of other people, is trying to get their children into these very hard and reputable schools to get into by either bribing, this official, this intermediary who was representing the university, or, like falsifying test scores, getting them a little extra time by telling them that their kids had disabilities so that, maybe they were taking the tests alone. In one case, I think Lori Loughlin's daughter, they made it through with a scholarship, even though if you look at both of these girls, they have not been athletic a day in their life. Like, they have never played a sport. Come on, let's get real. The only sweat they've broken out is like in a Pilates class somewhere in like Studio City, or wherever the rich people go. I'm not even sure. So basically, I just think it's funny because it makes all the people out there, like all you average people that are working a 9 to 5, struggling, especially if you live, I don't know about you guys, but in Ontario, it's hella hard to get daycare for your children, to get quality daycare for your kids. And at least here, you have about a year of maternity leave to find it. Whereas in the States, you've got 3 months, right? So here you are, with your little kids trying to do the best that you can. Maybe, packing brown bagging lunches every day so you got a little extra money, to send them to Kumon or to send them to a tutor in the hopes that maybe, they'll get into like a good high school, university, whatnot. And then you've got these people who, with all the money in the world, all the connections, they could send their children to the best schools, the best tutors, get them the best internships. These dum-dums could not get into these universities on their own merit. So it's a little rich if you think about it, because there are kids, and read up on it actually. There's some interesting cases out there where kids have grown up homeless or like in shelters or bouncing around from foster home to foster home, and they've managed to get into Harvard on their own merit. So of course, a lot of people are outraged. I think a lot of people are upset about these things too that are coming to light with all these like rich people problems. It's because when you're hardworking every day and you're busting your hump and you don't have much, like Netflix is increasing its prices and its content, it's okay. But in Canada, it's not the greatest. Like if you go to other places, yeah, it's a bit better. But you just want to go somewhere. Like, now, have you been to McDonald's lately? Like, what did I want the other day? Like an Egg McMuffin. And I hadn't been to McDonald's in the longest time. And I remember I walked in to the one in London and all I wanted was an Egg McMuffin. I wasn't feeling the greatest. And all I saw were these screens everywhere. And I was like, what the hell? And I looked around and there was a counter with like a register, but there was not a single person to be found, like no friendly McDonald's worker to help me. And I walked out without my Egg McMuffin because everyone was just really busy, hustling, bustling, touching the screen, everything, and I just walked out and I whispered to myself, the machines have taken over. So imagine, like, here you are, like, just trying to make it every day. And then you've got these people that they have so much money, they don't even know what to do with it. Anyways, speaking of rich people problems, Meghan Markle, God, is that pregnancy ever going to end, and her endless belly cupping? Anyways, apparently her maternity wardrobe costs more than what, like, I don't know, an average person, no, not even an average person. I think it's somewhere around the lines of $600,000. And a lot of people were justifying it by saying, well, she has her own money. She was a Hollywood actress. First of all, let's get real for a second. Every time people call it, she was an actress on Suits. I don't think A-list, B-list, maybe C-list. And anyways, yeah, it just makes me laugh. And she's spending an exorbitant amount of money, which, again, probably the taxpayers of the UK are financing. And let's face it, with this whole Brexit deal happening, like, they need every penny they can get their hands on, these poor people. So, in other royal drama news, apparently there's a bit of a kerfuffle happening with, the Duchess of Cambridge, whose mother was a flight attendant. I love how everybody always likes to throw that in to kind of like knock her down a peg. Anyways, yeah, but that's an honest working woman, not someone on the pole, Cardi B. So, apparently, there's a bit of a drama with a friend that they have out in their country house. You know, I like it how they call them country homes. Meanwhile, they're these palatial estates just because they're in the country and it's a home. Anyways, I digress. So there's a bit of drama happening between these two friends, and Kate, you know, basically wants to freeze out this other woman from her inner circle. And it's like, oh God, this is so delicious. It's a snack I'm going to be eating for a while, because rich people problems, especially rich women, who, if you think about it, have absolutely nothing to do all day long. That's why they can get up involved in this crap. Like, you know what? I will give one thing to Megan. Here she is stirring the pot because she's out doing charity work, working all the time, going here, going there. And these people are probably sitting back going, what the hell, girl? Like, don't ruin it for us. Like, we were sitting over here being rich and posh and aristocratic, and now here you are, like, working and hustling it over here? I don't think so. Anyway, so we'll see, like, you know, what the drama plays out for these women, because especially, you know what, and these chicks, they're all skinny, like they're tiny. And, you know, I'm going to tell you right now, that's half the problem, because when you're that thin, you're hungry all the time. Like, why do you think Posh Spice looks miserable all the time? She hasn't eaten anything, probably, I'm guessing, since 1999, since her wedding to David Beckham. Yeah, it's been 20 years. So you'd look miserable too if you hadn't had a meal for 20 years. And that's it. That's the roundup. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. And I'll try to come back with the Botox. Send money to my Hotmail account, please. I'll probably try to do a fashion roundup at some point, because there's a lot of delicious stuff coming in the stores, and I know I need to sit up straight. I can hear my mother going, sit up straight, sit up straight. So there's a lot of really cute stuff in for spring, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video and a little bit of a pop culture roundup. Have a great day.